As a preventative measure, the three-point seatbelt was invented in 1958 and the Motor Vehicle Safety Act in 1975 by most first-world countries. It was introduced to vehicles due to the increased occurrences of motor-related injuries or deaths from collisions and fast stops. This law states that those under 16 must be wearing a seatbelt, and those above 16 are responsible for their own safety. If gone against, there are fines applied. All Ontario drivers must be wearing a seatbelt that is properly adjusted and securely fastened. This is done to make it more likely to survive a crash and aid in improving the road safety record. Following this, road signs were placed informing drivers of the law, and cars were installed with sensors that would sound when seatbelts are not worn.
Yeah. Okay, guys! Hey! All ready for this road trip?
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to go? Have your seatbelt on?
Yeah.
Good?
Yo,
Right.
put on your seatbelt.
Are you crazy? That's for losers. Don't be silly. Put your seatbelt on. Nah, trust me. If you drive properly, I'll be totally fine.
Yo, if anything happens to you, that's on you.
It's okay.
As you can see, Kai is attempting to educate Thivia on reinforcing the laws on safe driving. This seatbelt is one of the most preventative and protective inventions made for accidents, where the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention states that in fact would have saved lives and prevented injuries in more than half of those aged between 13 and 44 years who died from accidents while unrestrained. With this in mind, Thivia still refused to wear the seatbelts and goes against primary prevention.
Yo, last night I matched this cute guy from Tinder, and he's from Scarborough. Look.
He's not cute.
He's
No,
super
he's
cute.
not.
No,
No, he's not. He's not.
Oh my god, are you guys okay? Oh, Diz, are you okay? This is why I told you to put your seatbelt on. Oh, we need to go to the hospital ASAP.
This is the act of Thivia not wearing the seatbelt. As Kaya is driving, a small animal walks in the middle of the road and she is forced to suddenly stop. As everyone else is wearing their seatbelt, they are not injured. However, if Thivia listened, the action would have removed the possibility of her injury happening. This is seen numerous times, where statistics show that in 2014, in accidents resulting in death, 48.1% of victims were not wearing their seatbelts.
So this last time we worked more on your back, so we're working more on your knees. So tell me where it hurts, okay? Okay, so we'll try pushing a little harder. Okay, it hurts a bit.
Now that the injury has occurred, Thivia is following tertiary prevention and taking measures that would reduce the damages. Here, she's chosen to go to physical therapy for her neck, back, and knee. But this could have been prevented if she wore her seatbelt, as it is seen to reduce the risk of death by 45% and the risk of injury by 50% in both the driver and the front seat passenger.
Hey. Hi, how are you feeling?
I feel like I'm getting a little better, like the physio's helping me a bit, but I still have pain in my neck and my knee area still.
Paula, you've been seeing her and being with her for the past few months. Do you feel like there's any improvement, any of these tests helping her? What's going on?
Well, she's gone through a lot of testing and all of the results have come back clear, but we've noticed that her anxiety has been pretty strong and nothing's really been done about that.
Okay.
Like I already did one MRI, I'm doing another MRI again.
Another MRI?
It's first one.
Was your first one clear?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I did review the reports and it was clear. So I'm gonna try and speak to your doctor and see if we can avoid that for now, because we don't want any unnecessary testings, and see if we can get you a psychologist so you can see that person to get your anxiety figured out. And further, I think you should go to driver's ed and go through all your lessons again before you get cleared for driving again. We can't clear you otherwise.
Yeah.
From now on, Thivia has learned to wear her seatbelt and now encourages others to do so as well. She goes to consult with the doctor to see her progress and see how these forms of intervention have improved her injuries. In addition to this, she's advised to take driving classes to be able to receive her license.